What up friends, hope you're well. In today's video, I want to do a quick reaction video by Anton Daniels. This is a reaction video of a reaction video by Anton. You guys go support him. He's a great creator and check out his channel and subscribe. Let's get into it.
I know this is a really difficult moment for so many different types of people and that this moment isn't going to last forever, but it is incredibly disheartening to have spent the last 17 years of my life hustling and grinding to be in higher education and STEM fields like science and neuroscience and be a freshly minted PhD with my doctorate in neuroscience and still struggle so much to not only find a job, but find one that pays a livable wage. What do you mean I have the highest educational degree that you can get in the entire world, something that only 2% of people in the world have, and I'm struggling to find a job that pays more than a fast food manager position?
So wait a minute. This is saying a fast food manager position, wherever it is that she lives or is at, varies between $54,000 and $76,000 a year. Academic postdoc, 59 to 63, right? Okay, let's continue.
If you factor in the time that I took to do my bachelor's degree, then work for 5.5 years after the bachelor's degree doing like highly technical research jobs, research associate doing stereotaxic, cranial windowing surgeries to advance, research about how our visual system processes information, managing an entire research laboratory at the VA Puget Sound where I did like literally every aspect of the research, budgeting, training people, hiring people, conducting the research, writing, grant writing. Like I had 4 published manuscripts from that one experience.
Okay, so there's something that probably Anton didn't cover in this video, but let's continue and I'll tell you what that is.
Then a 5-year doctorate program where I was working truly like 60 hours a week, sometimes a lot more, just because the workload was so intense and the pay was so little. So I also went into further debt to do that. And my grad student experience was very successful, objectively. If you look at my resume, it's like first person in the history of my department to secure over $300,000 in fellowships and research grants and external funding. Co-founded a nonprofit to support underrepresented folks into STEM fields. Early career awards, 5 published manuscripts. I was busy. What I find so disheartening about this conversation too is that people will say, oh, well, just don't go into research, don't go into science, don't go into higher education if you want to be rich. That shouldn't be the point.
So wait a minute. So we understood exactly what we were getting ourselves into, and you were looking to be in academia and research and so on and so forth. Chances are working for a major university, and excuse my ignorance because I am a C student, a lifetime C student, and so I admit that they are smarter than me. But my point is that so you understood exactly what you were getting yourself into. And it sounds like you went into an enormous amount of debt doing it. And the majority of what you do is research and grant writing and looking for funding to continue to do whatever it is that the organization does that you are a part of. And you didn't know that it paid what it was going to pay and it wasn't going to be financially rewarding.
I know this is a really difficult...
All right, thank you, Anton. Guys, go subscribe to this one. So 2 things that stood out here. Number 1, this is an example of a lady who's playing a rigged game in 2025. While this profession of being a doctor was great 5 years ago, 10 years ago, justified, taking on all that student loan debt, working those long hours. In 2025, what's changed is artificial intelligence. She's talking about research, writing, grant writing, training, all this stuff. AI can do all of this now. There's so many AI tools that can do so much research, the same level of research that 10 other doctors can do. Writing, there's AI tools that can do writing that 10 other doctors can do multiple times. The times have changed, guys. This is an example of somebody who's playing a rigged game. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to get caught up in this mess where they're going to discover that whatever student loans they've gotten, they can't pay them off because their jobs are not paying as well anymore. Even doctors are going to be affected by AI. And this is something Anton didn't cover, so I'm just going to add on to what he missed out on here. The problem is not the profession. The problem is technology, guys. Artificial intelligence is here and is disrupting every industry, except for people that do the manual work. So if you're a caregiver, if you're a nurse, and you're dealing with physical labor, dealing with patients directly, that will never be impacted by AI. I'm recommending, if you're watching this video, if you're a doctor, start considering starting your own home care business. And I can help you with that. Schedule time, I'll talk to you about how to transition from being a doctor and starting your own home care agency, because with the tools that are coming out, you you can have so much leverage if you start to pivot right now. So if you have any doctor friends, send them this video so they can understand what's coming, because it's brutal. AI is no joke, guys. One thing I highly recommend you do is you learn sales skills, because that's one skill that AI can never replace. Knowing how to articulate your value to the marketplace is a non-negotiable in this economy. Secondly, you need to learn how to acquire these private paying clients, because you can't rely on Medicare anymore. Because the days of relying on these big hospitals, big institutions, they don't care. You're just a number on the spreadsheet and you're easily replaceable. So you might as well, start your own thing, because this is risky. What she's doing is very risky. Schedule time if you're ready to get to the next level, and I'll talk to you soon.